Attention this morning. Time for me to say bye-bye and hand over to the Jonathan Wilkins of BBC Radio Ulster, a leg end in his own lunchtime, Gerry Anderson.
I can't get me thing in here. Hold on a second.
You having a problem with your thing?
It is indeed. No, it's okay now.
It's fixed, is it?
A forward slash doesn't sound right when you say it.
A forward slash?
It sounds all right when other people say it, but it doesn't sound all right when you say it. Somehow it sounds vaguely, I don't know, wrong.
Like what?
I don't know. I can't describe it. It doesn't sound right when you say it. It seems to me that you should say something else. You shouldn't say forward slash. It always sounds as if something, it's rude. Do you know what I mean? When you say it. And it's nothing to do with, it's just that it's not the sort of thing we would expect you to say.
Have you been taking those tablets again?
I have been taking the tablets and they're doing me the world of good.
They certainly are.
Do you know what I was just thinking there the other day?
You were thinking?
I was thinking the other day. And did you see in the newspaper today that because of the world climatic change, I'm sure you've talked about this today, that it looks as if we may become a wine-growing region.
50 years' time from now, we will be able to drink our own wine.
We'll be able to go into a restaurant, as Mark Carruthers says.
And order a wee steamer.
And order a Portadown 1690.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you can't do that.
What is it called?
You're going to Portadown 2040.
A Lurgan champagne, as they call
it. A mollusk. Have you got a mollusk 2015?
a Buckna Beaujolais. That's got a nice ring.
Or even bring it on further. 250 years, you say, hold on, you can't do that then. You need to order a 2060 Ballymena Esprit. That sounds like a card, isn't it?
A money glass moe.
Let's not get carried away here, John. That's what I hate about you. Whenever I start something, you don't know when to stop.
I've stopped.
I know, but I had to tell you to stop.
You did, that's true.
Right then, anything exciting happen in your world?
Just check you've got your thing working.
I have indeed.
And everything else is hunky-dory.
I'm going to play a little song which may surprise the listeners. I'm going to play a bluegrass version of Aerosmith's hit Walk This Way.
Aerosmith's hit.
Sorry.
Yeah, say that again.
Can I try that again? I'm going to play a bluegrass version of Aerosmith Run DMC's version of Walk This Way.
Okay.
You've never heard that before, have you?
No.
Here it goes.
Wow. Bye-bye.
That's the way it's... sorry, goodbye. I didn't realise you wanted to go so quickly.
Well, I'm not just listening to the whole song. And
no, just hear the intro. Do you recognise the intro?
That's a huge harp.
Backstroke lover always hiding beneath the cover.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Your daddy, he say you ain't seen nothing till you're down on a muffin and you sure to be changing your way. I met a cheerleader, was a real young bleeder. All the times I could reminisce. Cause the best things of loving with her sister and her cousin only started with a little kiss like this. Seesaw swinging with the boys in the school when your feet flying up in the air. Sing your hey diddy diddy with your kitty in the middle and you swing like you didn't care. So I took a big chance at the high school dance with a missy who was ready to play. It wasn't me she was fooling cause she knew what she was doing when she told me how to walk this way. She told me to walk this way, walk this way, walk this way, walk this way. She told me to walk this way, walk this way. She told me to walk this way, walk this way. Just give me a kiss. I like this. Sweetie with a classic kind of sassy little skirt climbing way up her knee. Now there was 3 young ladies in the school gym locker when I noticed they was looking at me. I was a high school loser, never made it with a lady till the boys told me something I missed. And then my next door neighbor with a daughter had a favorite, gave her just a little kiss like this. Seesaw swinging with the boys in the school and your feet flying up in the air. Sing your hey diddle diddle with your kitty in the middle and you swing like you didn't care. So I took a big chance at the high school dance with a missy who was ready to play. It wasn't me she was fooling cause she knew what she was doing when she told me how to walk this way. She told me to walk this way, walk this way, walk this way.
That's good, isn't it? That's Walk This Way, originally recorded by Aerosmith and Run DMC. That's a band called Hayseed Dixie. That's great, isn't it? And they do a whole album of covers of AC/DC as well. Hayseed Dixie. See, it sounds almost the same. Hayseed Dixie, AC/DC. But that's, of course, the other one. Never mind that. Gerry Anderson here. I'll be here until 12 o'clock or until the electors throw me out or until people come off and vote against me. I'll be here until 12 o'clock. The number to ring if you want to contact this programme is 08459 555 678. Or alternatively, the email address, which can be used, it's jerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk. Tremendous response to our talk about the rickety wheel. You know that, of course, Mr. Coyle. We've had emails flooding in, and indeed snail mail. Many people who want to have a number on the rickety wheel, but I explained to them they can't really have a number.
I don't think it's right for you to say, that's good, isn't it? Like you're forcing your opinion on people. I think it's wrong to say it after you play something. That's good, isn't it?
Well, you see,
you
they can
don't
say,
know, but I'm telling you, that's good, isn't it?
But
Instead
I give
of saying, I think that's good.
Well, you see,
then people at home would say, well, I don't. You give them an option.
Well, that is an option.
Right,
That's good, isn't it? They can reply, no, it's not good. We hate that.
No, they don't. No, the way you're toned, that's
they do
good,
that at home.
isn't
They
it?
shout at the radio at home. I know people stop me in the street and say, I hate you. We shout at the radio at home. They must say that to you. People have said to me, that with the Wee Fellas programme, we hate that. We shout at the radio at home. That's you. No, let me just elucidate and extrapolate on the talk we had yesterday about the rickety. Many people don't understand. You will not get a number. The people who write or say... What are you whispering for? Are you whispering to Geraldine?
No, we never.
I thought you were whispering there.
No.
Is it a whispering campaign?
No.
Stop hiding. No, stop running. You're yesterday's man. Aha!
Nobody said anything.
Listen, let me just explain to the people. Please don't interrupt me just this once. I'm explaining to the people about our rickety wheel. We've had approaches I see on your desk, although you didn't tell me. We had approaches from various other places.
Yes, I left them for you.
On your desk?
No, I left you a copy. That one came in. That was a reply to one that I replied to.
Well, why didn't you tell me about it?
Because it's on your desk.
It wasn't on my desk. I had to go and root around your desk to find it.
No, it's on your desk.
It's not.
I printed it out.
Yes, and put it on your desk.
And I replied.
But you didn't tell me you got it in the first place or that you replied.
But I left it for you.
On your desk?
No,
Well, how come I found it on your desk and it wasn't on mine?
Because this is how it happened. It came in.
Yes.
And I printed it out. It came in and I replied.
Yes, but see...
Then I printed it out and I put the printy out bit on your desk.
Well, that's not the...
And then... after I replied, the person that I replied to me, and you got the reply bit.
But that's see, what I'm trying to say here is that this is the first I've heard of it. People have contacted you to ask you. Now let me finish. People have contacted you to ask you would it be all right to hold our rickety wheel celebration in their premises.
Yes, where?
I'm not going to say it because I don't know what you've replied.
I haven't replied anything.
But you just said you replied. And
yes, I replied, don't rule anything out, or words to that effect.
Well, why didn't you tell me about it?
Because you're too busy with little trivial things like that.
I'm too busy? I'm speechless. I'm too busy to decide where our rickety wheel will be?
Well, that's what you tell us.
No, I'm saying that let's not rule out any options. No. Okay, so all I'm saying... let's drop this now.
You did rule out other places yesterday.
I did indeed.
Well...
I ruled out small towns.
Yes.
We have to have it in Belfast. It has to be in the city. It has to be.
I mean, you couldn't do it in Ballymoney.
Why not?
Yes.
Well, I'm switching the lights on tomorrow night.
You see, that's right.
Why don't we do it tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Listen, no, it has to be.
Tomorrow night you're switching the lights on in Ballymoney.
No, I'm afraid it's Thursday night.
Thursday night.
I'm sorry, I thought it was Wednesday, but it's not. It's Tuesday.
Right. Good.
Tuesday is the day we repeat stories we've told before.
Yes.
A man has, there's an email upstairs. I think I left it in your desk.
In my desk?
Yes, so that I would see it, okay? A fellow wants me to tell him about the time that I nearly burnt a house down in Manchester.
I'm not fed up with that.
He may not be. He wants also to tell me about the time. I can't remember what it was. It's on your desk. Why don't you go up and look at it? Listen, so the people, when we decide where we're going to hold our rickety wheel ceremony with a well-known Northern Ireland or indeed international celebrity, we will tell the people, and we have to decide where we're going to go. We have to go somewhere central in Belfast, preferably a large shopping arcade. somewhere with plenty of space for me to stretch out. Somewhere where the shoppers will not be disturbed, those who don't care about us. You see, what we want is not to block up the whole place. If we go to somewhere, some large area, we can function in the middle, so people who don't care about us can proliferate around the edges and get to their own shops. You know, their own shopping needs will be catered for. What am I trying to say here?
I don't know.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say really is that what you do is you write in here and your name will go in the hat. You do not get a number. If you want to come along on that particular day, which will be designated soon, to the particular spot, which will be also designated soon, you can come along and we'll greet you with the utmost cordiality. What will happen is a well-known Northern Ireland, or indeed international celebrity, shall be on the stage with me. You, of course, will be down in the toilet, where you always are, hiding from the programme.
Right.
So what we'll do is we'll have a rickety wheel on stage, a real rickety wheel, a Gerry stroke Londonderry rickety wheel, which we shall bring from here. Is Alistair going to give us it this
He doesn't
year?
want to give it to you.
Why not?
I don't.
Because you broke it last year?
No, he
What's
thinks
Geraldine saying?
he thinks that you'll leave it behind you.
Is it because we broke it last year?
Yes. Well, you didn't break it.
Well, somebody...
No, that was 2 years ago. That was 2
It
years
was
ago.
Daniel broke it.
No, it was
Daniel
the
broke
time
it.
you took it to Belfast.
It was broken in Belfast by technicians named Davy.
But
But listen,
how
is
will
he not
we-
good?
There's the thing. How will we get it to Belfast?
We'll have to hire a small van. That's quite all right. As long as will you ask Alistair if he'll borrow? Well, see, this is a real rickety wheel used in chapel and church halls.
Yes.
Over the years, a real rickety wheel. None of your new crap. This is an old traditional rickety with nails sticking out of it, and we will use this. We'll set it up in the venue of our choice with the Northern Ireland or international celebrity. What'll happen is we'll have a big box in front of us, which will have a false
Yes, we went
bottom.
through all that.
No, but you see, people aren't listening.
But tell them how
Do you know that false bottom Gerry Kelly has in his show when he pulls out the postcards? You know, it's a look as if it's full up, but there's actually only about 15. We'll
Is
have
a
one
lady
of the-
having trouble with her waterbed?
Well, you know, I had the same trouble, but I don't know whether I should talk to her about it. She may not sympathise.
She's got a small leak,
Well, you see, so have I. But you see, you can get tablets for that,
but she can't get it fixed.
can't you not? Well, maybe I could talk to her later when I finish what I'm talking about, eh? So what I'm saying is that the people will come along, the celebrity will spin the rickety wheel.
Yes, we know all that.
We don't know that.
We do know all
the letter that you send to me will be in a big box with a false bottom. I will go over and I'll pick out a letter. And I'll say, oh, this is Mrs. Thingamy
Hannigan.
from Hannigan,
Yeah.
from Mill Street.
Right.
It's Cork, isn't it?
Right.
From Millisle. And then I'll turn around, celebrity, spin that mother, I'll say. And this is for her. So each prize will be numbered. The celebrity will spin the wheel, it'll come to say number 95. I'll go to Geraldine and I say, Geraldine, and she won't answer because she won't be there. And I'll say to you, I'll say, Sean.
Right.
I say, what's number 95? And you look down and you'll say, oh, it's a whale or something, you know, like that. Or a garden for two. Or a lifeboat, something like that. No, some prize that you need. And then I'll say, that lady has won that prize. And then we'll all clap and have a jolly time. It'd be wonderful, as George Jones often says.
Right.
It'd be a wonderful evening.
Well, have you got any prizes?
Not yet. We have a number of prizes. As Geraldine given me a comprehensive list of all the prizes we have so far.
And we can't take calls. People phoning up looking for a number.
No, we can't do that.
You must write in.
No, because that really annoys you and Geraldine.
That's right. You must write in for.
You must write in or send an email. You must write to Gerry Anderson, that's me, isn't it? BBC Radio 4, Northland Road. No, you don't need to worry about that. BBC Radio 4, Derry Stoke, Londonderry. A small note will suffice, or you can send me an email at gerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk stating your preference and saying we would like a number here. And I have to say thank you to a number of the people, nice, good people. Maureen McGeegan, for instance, she sends me in, look, there's a £30 gift voucher for Marks and Spencer.
Right, that's good.
You know, do you know what I mean? The widow's mite. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's very, very good indeed. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate it. In a nice gold envelope.
That's a prize.
Right. So we have a number of prizes, but we haven't really canvassed for prizes so much. So may I start today by saying, please, these people out there, I know it's probably a little selfish of us on the tale of children in need when you've given so wonderfully generously, but let us try again. Let us go that inch further and help the people at Christmas. Many of the people who have money of their own. Help people get things that they normally would not get. What we want are prizes. This is a good opportunity to publicise your business. What we want holidays, we want weekends away, we want nights, meals, we want bed and breakfast, we want bicycles, we want anything at all.
We have a bicycle.
I know we have it, but we want more bicycles, Sean.
Do you?
As many as we can get. We want prizes, we want people to offer prizes, and we'll say where the prizes come from, we'll say where they're from, we'll say what a wonderful person this is, what a wonderful business this is. Even though this is the BBC, we're not strictly supposed to advertise, we will say, oh, here's a bicycle from George's Bicycles in Drumcondra, or wherever it happens to be.
You're doing it for the people. You're
doing
like
it for the people.
Robin
I'm prepared
Hood.
to prostitute myself.
You're the Robin Hood of the airways.
Yes, no, and you're the Friar Tuck.
No, I want to be the sheriff.
No, you'll be Elton John.
Why?
Who was the fella in there who was called Elton? Elton Hayes. Who was Elton Hayes, the minstrel?
He was the minstrel.
What was his name? What was the minstrel's name? Little John? Fiddling Tom? No, what was his name? The fellow who played the
lute.
The lute. He played the lute and went, "Ah, Robin went to Nottingham and got his little end."
But I'm not wearing the tights.
Who was the minstrel in Robin Hood?
I don't know.
It was played by Elton Hayes.
I don't know.
It was Johnny Come Lately. Who was it?
Oh, what do you call the boy that played? What do you call?
Oh, Robin Hood and Friar Tuck went and did not.
What do you call the man that played Robin Hood?
I can't remember.
Yes,
Richard Green.
Richard Green.
That's why I always remember, because the forest is green and he was Richard.
Yes, Richard Green.
I've got a poem here from John McMenamin.
Could you turn me off?
The other night it came to pass, a glittering star fell on his ass. Now this man volunteered his time to help the kids at Christmas time. He swore, as he put on his suit, not to end up like a newt. No drink tonight, not even wine. Then the lad met Pamela Ballantyne. Like Delilah, she smiled at the star and lured him to the well-stocked bar. The silver vixen wove her spell. The star was tempted, and he fell. She plied our hero with strong drink. He couldn't talk, he couldn't think. His good intentions he did forgo, and ended up full as a Poe. When the silver fox had her wicked way, she laughed, and then she walked away. She smiled and looked back at the star, who was clinging grimly to the bar. Our hero staggered to his room and lay there bluttered in the gloom. Then to the bathroom he did go to have a drink of H2O. An enamel bath stood to his right. The lad was drunk, the lad was tight. Our hero wore a stupid grin, staggered right, and then fell in. Our hero gave a drunken shout, "Ah!" and found that he could not get out. He was like a turtle in a shell. The star began to scream and yell. He struggled left, he struggled right, but to no avail, he was wedged in tight. The star began to curse and swear. His little legs kicked in the air. Will no one come? Will no one save our hero from an enamel grave? My God, now what a way to go, stuck in a bath full as a Poe. As our hero struggled to get free, he heard a far-off clock strike 3. He was like a cockroach in a shell, and weakly gave another yell. Ah! Our hero gave a grateful wheeze and found that he was on his knees. He tumbled out onto the floor. Never again, our hero swore. There's a lesson there for glittering stars. Keep away from girls in bars. Keep away from the oil white wine. Keep away from Pamela Valentine.
Oh, then fare thee well, sweet Donegal, and the roses and Guido. I'm crossing the main ocean where the foaming billows roar. It makes me heart from you to part, where I spent many happy days. Farewell to kind relation.
What do you hear this? You won't believe this. What do you hear this? Listen to this. What do you hear this? I don't believe this, but listen to it.
Right. Daniel O'Donnell, ladies and gentlemen.
Who do you think?
Who's he singing with?
Christy Moore, stop it. I can't believe it. I think somebody's put this together for the crack. Or maybe he did. I can't see Christy singing with Daniel, can you?
Why not?
Why not? But it doesn't seem right, does it? It doesn't seem right. It seems as if it's some kind of... somebody's trying to fool me.
Daniel's singing it well.
He's singing it very well. We better listen. Let's listen to him.
Stay there. But absence makes the heart grow fond, and when I am over the main, may the Lord protect my darling girl till I return again. Oh, I wish I was in sweet Dunlow and seated on the grass, and by my side a bottle of wine, and on my knee a lass. I'd call for liquor of the best, and I'd pay before I would go, and I'd roll my Mary in my arms in the town of sweet Dunlow.
There's more chance of Daniel singing with him.
I think it was then because they were harmonising.
Some of y'all never been down south too much. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this so that you understand what I'm talking about. Down there we have a plant that grows out in the woods and the fields. Looks something like a turnip green. Nearby called it poke salad. Poke salad. Used to know a girl lived down there and she'd go out in the evenings and pick her a mess of it, carry it home and cook it for supper. 'Cause that's about all they had to eat. They did all right. And down in Louisiana, where the alligators grow so mean, there lived a girl that I swear to the world made the alligators look tame. Poke salad, Annie. Poke salad, Annie. Everybody said it was a shame, 'cause her mama was working on a chain gang. A mean, vicious woman. Every day for supper time, she'd go down by the truck patch and pick her a mess of poke salad and carry it home in a tow sack. Poke salad, Annie. The gator's got your granny. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Everybody said it was a shame, 'cause her mama was working on a chain gang. A wretched, spiteful, straight-razor tote woman. Lord, I must pick my mess up. Daddy was lazy and no count, claimed he had a bad back. All her brothers were fit for the stealing watermelons out of my truck. Had your poke salad, Annie. The gator's got your granny. Ooh. Everybody said it was a shame, 'cause her mama was working on a chain gang. Sock a little poke salad to me. You know I need me a mess of it. Good God. Got to have me. Ate her up.
That's Tony Joe White. It's a song called Poke Salad. And before that, we had Christy Moore and Daniel O'Donnell. Now, a gentleman sent me a selection of music there. A gentleman from Glasgow called Eugene McAleenan. I think he's probably from Northern Ireland originally. Now, I just have a feeling that may not be genuine. Call me stupid if you like. I just have a feeling that that's a little bit of electronic trickery. But maybe it's not. I don't know, but I just can't see. I can't see Christy Moore standing on the stage doing a duet with Daniel O'Donnell. Maybe he did. Maybe he did, and maybe I'm doing him a disservice, but I just can't see it somehow. I can't see it. Will somebody tell me, please? Listen, here are our prizes we have so far. As I say, we haven't really asked all that much for them. This is the first day we've really pleaded for them. This is what we've got so far, and thank you to all the people who've sent them in to us. This is only the beginning of it, you understand. 1, a crystal fruit bowl from Calvin Crystal. We have a gents suit to the value of £300 from Bogart in Ann Street in Belfast. A weekend break for 2 at the Calvin Crystal Hotel in Dublin Road in Cavan. We have a litre bottle of whiskey from John McMenamin. We have a sports jacket, a tailored sports jacket, tailored to the shape of your body, to the value of 450 quid from John McBride Tailoring, who are now at a different address now. I'll give you that later. We've got a football autographed by the Manchester United team. We've got 1 full pallet of white double velvet toilet rolls from SCA Hygiene Products, which I'm sure many people would be very keen to get their hands on. We've got a mobile storage unit in grey laminate finish from Furnifex Systems Limited, Stonyford in Lisburn. We've got a bicycle to the value of £100 from John Ross Cycles in Newcastle. We've a Brita water filter from Bluestone Sales and Distribution Limited, Unit 6, Dunshaughlin Business Park, County Meath. We have a pair of black work boots, size 10. And we've got a 2'6" snowman from George the Scruff. Now, I'll tell you, those are prices not to be sniffed at. And we've only just started. So if you've got some kind of business, you want to donate a prize to us, we particularly want holidays and weekends away and that kind of thing. Publicise your business. Of course, you can't do that through the BBC, but we will mention in passing that you have given us this prize. Now, many people have written to me, Mabel Bailey, your number is in, for instance. Just looking at some of the people who wrote to me. Who's this? Sylvia Greer, you're safe, as they say, and Pop Idol. Did you see Pop Idol the other night? Awful it was. Please, there's Eileen Hennessy, you're safe. Please get a number in your rickety wheel. That's from John Donnelly of County from who's that? Frank Hall. You're in there.
I have a very good prize for you after the news.
Well, tell me now.
No, I'll tell you after the news, because I want the man who's going to donate the prize to tell you all about it.
Thank you. That's Marius.
Now, by the way, you've got schools.
Yes, we'll be back on...
So you want to hear about the prize?
Well, is it FM only?
FM only. FM.
Medium wave will be populated by people talking to children. Mm-hmm. I was at a school yesterday talking to children. Very bright little things they were too. Right, we'll be back after the news on FM only. If you want to continue to listen to this programme, and why shouldn't you, for God's sake? Tune to FM.
92 to 95 FM.
And 1341 medium wave.
BBC Radio Ulster.
It's 11 o'clock. This is the news with Linda Ray. A man had a narrow escape after he walked past a bomb left outside an army base in Dungannon just before it exploded. The police believe dissident Republicans left the device at the Killymeal Road last night. A full-scale security operation was put in place after telephone bomb warnings. Officers were searching the area when the device partially detonated on a footpath. The bomb, which contained up to 60 pounds of explosives, was later made safe. And several shots were fired at a police station on the Newry Road in Armagh. No one was injured. In a statement, the Secretary of State, Paul Murphy, said the attacks would be greeted with contempt right across the community. Our security editor, Brian Rowan, says these latest incidents follow a police warning last week about dissident Republicans.
On the eve of the election, these latest attacks are evidence of the very real threat that the dissident Republican groups continue to pose. Last week, the police spoke of that threat after an attempt was made to lure the security forces into a bomb trap in Newcastle. The Deputy Chief Constable Paul Lighton said election periods were particularly dangerous times, and last night's bomb near an army base in Dungannon and the gun attack in Armagh underscore the continuing threat. While there have been many setbacks for the dissident groups, they remain determined to kill members of the security forces. And the Chief Constable Hugh Ward is expected to comment on these latest attacks later today.
Police are launching their winter anti-drink driving campaign this morning by staging a crash scene outside Londonderry. Deaths on the roads here are at a higher level than last year. The latest police figures reveal that a quarter of those killed were involved in alcohol-related incidents. The Health Minister, Melanie Johnson, has rejected a call for a total ban on smoking in public places. The presidents of the 18 Royal Colleges of Medicine say there's significant evidence of the dangers of passive smoking, and thousands of lives would be saved if a ban was implemented. But Ms Johnson believes it would be better to move forward with the voluntary arrangements which exist now. The American administrator in Iraq, Paul Bremer, has said that anti-coalition forces in the country have changed tactics, attacking the local population rather than foreign troops. He said the main threat to security came from supporters of Saddam Hussein. India has agreed to join Pakistan in a ceasefire along their borders in the disputed region of Kashmir. It will come into effect at midnight. Adam Minot reports from Delhi.
India has said that it too will order its guns pointed across the line of control in Kashmir to cease fire, following the announcement by Pakistan on Sunday. The two countries have now shifted a long way from the extremely tense situation 18 months ago when they came close to all-out war over Kashmir. And leaders of India and Pakistan are looking for other means of cementing those good relations, including more trade and better transport links. India has said, though, an enduring solution to Kashmir can only happen when Pakistan ends its support for militants crossing the line of control to carry out attacks in Indian territory.
And the weather dry and bright this afternoon, but rain developing this evening. Maximum temperature 7 Celsius. BBC Radio Ulster News.
BBC Radio Ulster.
Travel news.
Starting on the trains, and there's disruption to some services this morning, with some cancellations on the Bangor-Belfast line and on the Carrickfergus to Belfast line, with delays on the Larne line and the Lisburn to Belfast line. These are due to operational difficulties. And traffic's busy on the AM1 at Blacks Road going into town. That's due to an earlier accident there, though traffic is starting to move. And at Belfast International Airport this afternoon's 1 EasyJet departure to Liverpool will be delayed until 2, and that's due to a 1 hour delay to its 1 o'clock arrival from Liverpool. Sean Napier reporting.
Travel news from BBC Radio Ulster.
Well, we now offer a choice of listening on BBC Radio Ulster. On medium wave in a moment, we have programmes for schools in Northern Ireland. While on FM, we continue with Gerry Anderson.
Back. Sorry, thank you. Welcome back. It's just coming up to 5 minutes past 11 o'clock. You're on FM only, of course. If you're medium wave, you won't be hearing us. I had a letter the other day about a gentleman, from a gentleman, inquired about various things, and one of the things he asked me was, is Mrs. Miller dead? Well, as a matter of fact, she is, but listen to this. Well, you're never sure.
And I'm waiting in your welfare Let's go off to the Shepton Mallet Antique Fair and go bargain hunting. I'm going to give you 1 hour. I mean 1 hour, not 5 years. I'm going to give you 1 hour to get out there to find a bargain. I'm going to give you 1 hour. I mean 1 hour, not 5 years. Away you go and find us some bargains. I think that's cheap as chips. Get those pens and paper at the ready. Here we go. Here we go. Go for it, boy. Get those pens and paper at the ready. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Fantastic. Get in there. Bargain hunters, get in there. Scour around, get in there. Bargain hunters, get in there. Fantastic. Here we go. What do you think, bargain hunters? What a buy. Yes, I like it. What a cracking example that is. Is it in working order? Now, what attracted a young, attractive girl like yourself? How old are you, 20?
23.
Get in there. Can I call you girls?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Under the tables, over the tables. I think it's a little beauty. I found a piece of furniture here that's going to make you purr. Yes, wicked. Very, very nice. Come on. It's the old fox himself. It's Philip Serrell. Bargain hunters. It doesn't get any better. Fantastic. Here we go.
That's the old devil himself. That's David Dickinson. Before that, we had Mrs. Miller. A song called, hold on, man, it's called Waiting in the Welfare Line. I hadn't heard that before. There's a couple of albums by Mrs. Miller. Of course, she is dead, of course, a long time, but there's a lot of stuff floating about that people are not aware of. Is there someone on the line here?
Someone on the line. Sounds very, very much like Miss Piggy.
Well, you see, maybe perhaps Miss Piggy had listened to her. Well, I don't mean Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy can't listen to her.
No,
but the person who did, Frank Oz, who did, you know who did Miss Piggy, don't you?
You know.
Frank Oz became a very famous film director. Frank Oz, F-R-A-N-K, Oz, O-Z. He did Miss Piggy. He did the voice of Miss Piggy, and then he went on to become a very famous film director. Did I say that before?
He did.
I can't remember, but the reason I'm saying it twice is because I'm trying to remember the films he made, and I can't remember
you can do
any.
that today because it's Tuesday. This is repeat day.
Tuesdays they repeat. Any stories you want to hear again?
Aye. There's
What?
Elsie. Elsie's confused.
Yes, well, you know, that comes with age.
Elsie and her sister heard you tell the story about the little sailor has gone. And Elsie and her sister were discussing it.
Yes.
And one sister, I don't know, was saying to the other, this is what it's all about. And one says, no, I think there's something more to it than that. I think you've got the wrong
end of the stick. Which is maybe the wrong thing to say.
Exactly.
Well, I tell the story again.
No, I don't think you should.
I'll tell it again for the benefit of the sisters.
No, but Elsie wants to know, what's it all about?
Well, I'd tell the story again, and I'll add a little bit onto it.
No, don't.
I will. No, don't worry. It'll be okay. They're
because
children.
Michael Quinn's there waiting with
I know, but it won't take me long to tell it.
All right.
No, let's not pretend we have a heart here. Let's pretend we're all happy like Hugo. What actually happened was...
Christy Moore, by the way, and Daniel, that was a tribute to Christy Moore on the Late Late Show with Gay Byrne. Remember the here is the wonderful Christy Moore, and the good news is there's a Christy Moore for everyone in the audience. Remember those days? Remember those days?
Oh, coming back to me now.
Well, it was a tribute to Christy.
Is that a fact?
And Daniel walked out from the wing.
I'm very surprised at that. I thought that was a wind-up, you know.
No.
That must have been when Christy was sick.
Oh, that's...
Remember when he wasn't well?
Will Scarlett.
Will Scarlett was the singer was Elton Hayes, and he sang in Robin Hood.
Right.
Will Scarlett. Was that the character?
Yes,
I don't think so.
What about Alan?
Alan Adale. Alan Adele.
Adele.
Alan Adele.
Adele.
Alan Adele.
Alan Adele. What is Alan Adele?
Alan Adele.
Alan Adele.
I think it's Alan Adele, as in Alan of the Dale, as in Hills and Dales. He'd sing, Robin went to Marion and said, will you marry me? Marion said, catch yourself on, Robin, you'll not marry me. Or whatever. The things that he used to sing. So you tell me that was genuine, Christy Moore and Daniel O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Well, swipe me.
Yeah.
When they used to say that in the movies years ago. Swipe me, as John would say, by thunder, stone me. I was going to do something there. I'm going to tell you the story about the wee sailor. No! I've started. I've started.
Why don't you ask Michael Quinn if he wants to hear it?
Where is he?
He's on one.
Michael, do you want to hear the story about the... Michael?
Yes?
Do you want to hear that story?
I wouldn't mind.
Okay. You see, he wants to hear
That's
it.
fair enough. No, it turned me off.
Okay. Well, it happened to me.
Turned me off.
This happened to me. There was a well-known lady of the night. See, this is the thing that's important. I didn't say that the last night.
Yes, you did.
Well-known lady of the night. You see, I lived in a very salubrious area in Derry, Stoke Londonderry. Being a port, it was like kind of a mini Liverpool, as you well know. You don't know that because you lived up on top of the hill. You weren't allowed down the town because...
Who are you talking to, me or Michael?
I'm talking to you.
But I want turned off.
No, you're not getting turned off because I have to tell you the story.
Tell Michael, I know the story.
But you don't know what it means. Oh, I'll tell Michael then. Michael, I used to live in an area, a very respectable area in Derry, Stoke Londonderry, but it was near the docks. And in those days, there was no Esther Ransons, you know, and nobody could ring. And, you know, things used to happen in the streets, but, you know, you didn't regard it as being, you know, dodgy. You regarded it as being life going on around you. And at the top of our street used to gather a number of ladies of the night. Now, the reason why they got at the top of our street, because there was an enclosed canopy there. There was a shop that had a kind of a roof on it, and they could stand there at night, and, you know, the weighing machine, the usual old things, a vegetable shop, and they could stand up there, and they'd be outside, but they wouldn't get wet when it rained. And were you in Barry's, in Portrush or somewhere?
No, it's an alarm on the door.
Sorry. So they used to stand there, you see, and I used to go past them every night, past to the chip shop, and my mother used to send me out with a bowl, and I used to come back, and I used to put a tea cloth over the bowl, and I'd bring back the chips, and the girls would say, "Give us a chip, son! Give us a chip, son!" So I used to give them the chips, you see, and I used to go back, and my mother should say, "Are you been giving those prostitutes chips again?"
Your mother never said that to you now. That's a lie.
What she said, "Are you giving those girls at the top of the street chips again?" But you have to explain to him. He might know. He might be a Presbyterian.
Right.
He mightn't understand these things. You see, and that is one of those things that, you know, people find hard to believe now. That, you know, there would be no threat there. I mean, the girls were grand. I used to get on, you know, I used to talk to them all the time. They were fine, you know, just working girls, you know, making a few quid. You know, maybe it's not what you would prefer, you know, your relatives to do, and nor would I. But, you know, it was part of life. And we lived with it.
Are you saying this to Michael?
No, I'm talking to the two of you. I'm actually broadcasting, Sean.
Yeah, but are you...
You see this thing in front of me? It's called a microphone.
Yes, but what were you always told when you're broadcasting?
Always broadcast to one person.
One person. So you talking to me or Michael?
No, I don't even do that. Because I know there's nobody out there. So what happens is, there was one particular girl, her name was Maggie. You see, this is where the Tuesday repeat comes in. See, I never give her a name before. And I was going past this entry, you see, and I saw her standing near the entry, and she was eating a bag of chips, you see. And she said, "Hello, Gerry."
It's changed now.
I see this
the
way.
story has changed.
No, this is. See, this, I embellish on a Tuesday.
Yes.
So I said, "Hello, Maggie." She said, "Hello." I said, "What are you standing there for?" And she said, "Oh, is the wee sailor gone?"
Right.
That's it.
Is that? That's. Right, Michael Quinn.
I think they understand now.
I don't know.
You see, you were never allowed downtown. You see, that's why you don't
understand
know.
it.
Michael, do you understand that?
Aye.
Okay.
No, you do not.
Well, ask him to explain it. Michael, explain.
No.
Michael, let's leave this. Because I feel as if it's done and dusted, Sean. It's done and dusted. I've told the story again.
Right.
And if anybody's any doubt at all about that, let them write to the newsletter. Right. Okay, what can we do for you, sir?
How you doing, Gerry? I'm ringing to, we're offering you a competition for someone to win a makeover in the salon. This is Michael Quinn from Michael Quinn Hairdressing, Royal Avenue.
Oh, great. Well, why don't you just offer us a prize?
That's like a prize for a makeover.
Oh, and see, the way you put it, I thought maybe offering people an opportunity to enter for a prize, but you are offering the prize of a makeover. Excellent. Now, where is that? What's your business again? Where is it?
It's Michael Quinn Hairdressing, Royal Avenue. It's just directly opposite the Belfast Telegraph.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Do you have a girl in there? What? I think I know one of your girls. I know one of your girls, and they're blonde girl. Her mother used to be a singer. Do you have? Or maybe I'm thinking of somewhere else.
Blonde girls in here, but I don't know. Anne-Marie, was your mother ever a singer?
Did any of those girls' mother ever sing with me in a band?
Oh, I'm not too sure. There's one of them isn't here today. Maybe it was her mother.
Tall blonde girl, very attractive girl. Yes.
Angela.
Maybe her. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, I met a girl the other day. She told me she worked in hairdressers around there, and I knew her mother. I knew her mother. Her mother was very attractive, lovely singer. And she'd tell me that's who she was. What is that?
It's the wee security alarm on the door for people coming in and out.
That must drive you crazy.
Oh, you get used to it.
I'm sure. So tell me what exactly is involved in the makeover.
The makeover that we're offering is like for someone to come and get like cut, colour, all that in their makeup, everything, like a full makeover to about the value of £200.
Oh, that's all we need to know. Oh, that's great. Thanks very much indeed.
And also the person can win a pair of tickets to, we're doing a show, you see, in December.
Yes.
Per show on Sunday the 7th of December in the Ramada Hotel.
Oh.
And it's like it starts with a champagne reception, then a hair show with 4 collections, then a fashion show, and then a makeup collection. and all the money that we raise goes to the Northern Ireland Children's Cancer Foundation.
Oh, excellent.
So I think we actually have an invitation sent out to you in the post.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, I'd certainly, if I'm doing nothing, well, I mean, if I'm free, I'll certainly go to that.
So it's going to be a good night, and all the money raised goes to the charity. So.
And where is that going to be held, did you say?
It's in the Ramada Hotel.
Oh, very nice.
And basically, the Belfast Telegraph have come on as our media partner. They're pushing it for the next 2 weeks and then doing a photo shoot for the after show.
Oh, I'll have to go then too, because I do stuff for them.
Definitely.
Oh, that's great. Oh, I'd certainly love to go. If I'm free, I'll certainly will go. Thank you very much.
And it's myself and a colleague of mine who owns Cube Hair opposite the waterfront there. That's the two of us are doing it. So if whoever wins the makeover, they can choose to either have it done here or in Cube.
Oh, great. Oh, excellent. That's great. So, in other words, you said you're going to offer a couple of tickets to the person who wins the makeover.
The person will win a makeover and 2 tickets to go to the show.
So, in other words, they can go and have a makeover and then go to that big show looking like $1 million.
Yeah.
Did you say December the 12th?
No, the 7th of December.
Sorry.
It's a Sunday night.
The 7th of December.
And the tickets are available from either My Salon or from Cube. And they're £15 each, and all the money goes to the charity.
All right then, great.
And also, the show is all sponsored by different businesses throughout. So if there's any people listening that would mind sponsoring, they get for their sponsorship, they get an advertisement in the programme that night, and their logos flashed up and all the rest.
All right, that sounds good to me. Thank you very much for your generosity, sir.
No problem.
What's wrong with you?
Sorry, there's nothing wrong with me. Just, Michael, you see, that creates a problem for us if we give away tickets for the 7th of December.
Why?
It means we'll have to have the rickety wheel before the 7th of December.
Oh, yes, sorry, I never thought of that.
So we'll just go with the makeover just in case.
Yes, let's go with the makeover in the meantime, because we won't have the rickety wheel, because that's next.
We don't know when the rickety wheel will be.
We don't know when that'll be, you see, because we have to, you know.
You know what I mean?
It might be next year.
Right.
No, it will be before Christmas, be sure of that. So we can't really coordinate that.
Right.
I should have thought of that, but I'm sorry. Thank you, Mr. Coyle. That's good thinking, Batman. Okay.
Well, sure, as long as they'll win the makeover anyway.
Oh, that's...
And then if anybody's interested in buying tickets...
Oh, yes, of course. Of course, that's December the 7th in the Ramada...
In the Ramada Hotel, in the Grand Ballroom in the Ramada.
So where will they get tickets if they want them?
If you want tickets, you can buy them in Michael Quinn Hairdressing in Royal Avenue, or Cube in Oxford Street.
All right, then. Cube in Oxford Street? Oxford Cube?
There's just one other thing.
What's wrong with you now?
If Michael could, it'd be greatly appreciated, Michael, if you could send us in maybe a little letterhead or a voucher.
Yeah, just a wee note, just to keep it on the file so we don't forget about you.
No problem.
Okay.
We'll get that organised to get it off to you. And Gerry, there, if you want to mention it at any stage over the next 2 weeks, just to give us a wee bit more support, would be brilliant.
Certainly will.
All right.
Okay then. Thank you, Michael.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Bye. You see, that's nice. That's the type of thing we want.
There's another wee call there. You see, you're helping the charity and they're helping you, and everyone's scratching one another's back, and this is a wonderful world. If only we had Louis Armstrong.
You're so cynical. You're so soured, bitter and twisted. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Gerry. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Who's that?
This is Deirdre from the Potting Shed.
Oh, Deirdre. Oh, I think maybe perhaps you might be offering us something.
Okay, I would like to give you a pot for your rickety wheel, yeah?
Because you gave us very nice stuff before. I can't remember what you gave us, but it was a little collegey thing.
Yes, and last year I gave a prize, and it took the winner nearly a year to come and pick it up. So I'm thinking if that happens again, I'm going to charge rent. Okay? It was only about 6 weeks ago that they landed on my doorstep looking for a water feature.
Well, what are you going to offer us this year?
I'm going to give you a lovely big hand-built salad bowl, or fruit bowl, great big.
A hand-built fruit bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've never heard I have a hand-built fruit bowl.
No, it's nice.
Well,
You'll like it.
There'll not be too many of them about.
No.
All right, well, thank you very much indeed.
Don't go away, because that's not
I'm
the
not going anywhere.
Not ringing you because of that, but my nephew, Cathal Hayden, you know, the fiddler extraordinaire.
He's the greatest fiddler in the world.
In the world. Well, he's going to kill me because he asked me to ring you last week, and I didn't get around to it. But Cathal and his 3 brothers, Martin, Stephen and Gerry, are running a pub near Pomeroy.
Yes.
It's their uncle's pub. Now, on the last Saturday night of every month, there's a music session in that pub that is second to none.
Are they playing at it?
Yes. Now, I want you to tell the people that Cathal himself will be playing with some friends this Saturday night.
Oh, my God.
In Hayden's pub. And it's an event not to be missed now. And unfortunately, I didn't get to you on a Friday last week to to tell you that it was on last week as well, but never mind.
This Saturday night?
This Saturday night in Hayden's Pub. Now,
Hayden's Pub in Pomeroy?
well, it's a couple of miles outside Pomeroy. It's near the Crow's Foot. It's somewhere between the Rock, Dungannon and Pomeroy, and I couldn't begin to tell you where it is. But
So it's between where, did you say?
It's a couple of miles outside of Pomeroy.
And in what direction, though?
And it's vaguely in the direction of Dungannon. It's the Crow's Foot. It's a couple of miles from the Crow's Head. And the Crow's Foot, it's between the Rock and Pomeroy.
Well, people down there will know it. Well,
But
Cahill
all
Hayden...
you have to do is roll down a window and say, where's Hayden's Pub, and anybody will direct you.
Roll down the window.
Roll the window down. But here, marvellous
let me just say this, because you're not going to say this, because when I say that Cahill Hayden is the best fiddle player in the world, I mean that.
Yeah, well, I'd be biased, but I agree with you entirely.
He's the
man's a genius.
He's the best Irish traditional fiddler I've ever heard, I'll tell you that.
And my father was a great fiddler too.
Well, I'm sure he was.
And so was Cahill, and so is Cahill's father. So it's in the family on two sides.
And what about all the other brothers? Do they play too?
Oh, Stephen Hayden plays a fiddle like nobody's business.
Like a man possessed.
Like a man possessed. Now, Stephen would... he's a sweet fiddler. He'll be there as well.
Well, that's a night not to be missed,
And
I'll
there'll
tell you
be
that.
musicians... the thing about that session is you never know who's going to turn up.
Exactly.
But
Well,
there's always a surprise,
even if nobody turns up, sure, that you've got the world-class...
Well, you've got the two Hayden brothers, which,
Yeah.
is...
All right, then. So
something
that's
else.
this Saturday night, then. That'll be probably
Saturday
starting
night.
early and finishing about 10.
Well, we'll not say what time it finishes at, right?
All right, then, okay.
It'll
Would you be
finish
safe
when
enough?
it's over.
You'd be safe enough coming there about 8 or 9.
You'll be safe enough coming any time.
All right, then. Okay, well,
Okay.
I'm sure people will flock to that.
Well,
They're
I hope
interested
so.
in the best of music. And thank you for offering that prize.
Not at all.
And how's business for yourself?
Not so bad. I was up in Gerry there at the weekend doing the craft fair in St. Colum's Hall.
Of course you were, yeah.
And it was good crack.
I never get anywhere these days. I'm so busy. With
well, there you are.
my celebrity lifestyle. I'm doing charity. I never get my nose outside the door. I can't do anything I want. Every minute is accounted for.
You're launching a book on Saturday.
Am I?
No, you did.
Oh, yes. That was you caught me in the
Sir,
hop
aren't you
there.
turning on Christmas lights? Isn't that great excitement for you?
Yes, I'm doing it for the citizens of Ballymoney. I feel strongly that they need my support
Sure they do.
in this hour of need. Okay, well, thank you very much, my dear, for that hand-built fruit bowl.
Not at all.
And a wee voucher.
And will you send us a wee piece of paper just to say that you're going to give it to us so that we don't forget about you?
Right, I'll
Will you
do that.
Just send it here, a voucher about you. So send it here to BBC Radio Foyle, and then we'll give it to people. Whoever wins it, we give that to them, and they can show it to you, you see, so they know that you've got the right person.
Yeah.
Or you know that, whatever I'm trying to say. Okay?
Okay, right. All the best.
Bye. Bye.
Will you talk to Barbara? Barbara, I know you're busy, but Barbara's on one.
It's not that I'm busy. See, this is what I do. I talk to people like Barbara. It's not, it's not that I'm, doing something else.
You give a big sigh.
No, but that's just because I'm unhappy.
Why are you sitting all slanty in your
Because I'm unhappy.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just not happy. I've nothing to look forward to. Look, she's talking, not even listening to me. She's talking about being unhappy. Hello?
Hello.
Are you
Sorry,
happy?
I was talking to customers.
I know that. I can sense
I'm very
that.
busy.
Are you
might
happy?
think
Bob?
you're busy.
Are you
but
happy?
Am I happy?
Within yourself?
What?
Are you?
Very happy, yes.
You see, I'm not.
Do you know, I had to laugh at the last lady who was on there because it must be an awfully big crow that they have in that area.
2 foot from the crow's foot to the crow's
No,
head.
it was a couple of miles from the crow's
Sorry, it
foot
was.
to the
I thought 2
crow's
foot was a long. A couple of miles from the crow's foot to the crow's head. That's the biggest crow in Christendom.
Sort of thing you might see on a Saturday night.
You heard of King Kong? King Crow.
Anyway, I wanted to...
When the King Crow steps across the country, its feet are 100 yards across. Anyway.
You talk about Finn McCool, but I think it must have been a crow.
Finn McCool. Finn McCrow.
Yeah.
Finn McCrow. Crow McCool.
Jerry, I know that you only really want holidays and days out and meals out and things.
No,
but
I'm just saying that we need those to round off what we have.
Oh, right. Okay, see, because this is a particular business, I can only give a particular type of...
That's fine. What can you give us? Is it against the law?
No,
Well, what is it?
it's very uninteresting, uninspiring, a Dyson cleaner.
A Dyson cleaner. Listen, there are many's a housewife out there would kill for one of those. So that's not uninteresting or uninspiring at all.
Well, I want to give you one for your rickety wheel. And
Using
I'll
the
send you in a
special
little
new spiral action?
Oh, yes. It whatever
8
the word
suckers.
is. Yeah, 8.
What do they call that? Go on, tell me.
Cyclone. 8 cyclones.
8 cyclones?
Yes.
If you're not careful, your whole family disappears up the spout.
Exactly. I've taken some things like that out of my own.
Well, listen,
children
is this your business?
It is. Yeah.
Is this Barbara?
Yes.
Barbara Dempsey?
Yeah.
Look, Mr. Coyle just said in my ear. Sorry, I didn't realise. I know you well, of course. I'm
You're
sorry.
well.
I didn't recognise your voice. I was down in your house.
You were indeed.
Remember your
and
wee
do
piano?
you know who was in our house very recently there?
Who?
And I was so annoyed. I was so busy at work. I couldn't. I phoned my 2 teenage daughters at home to see if they were up out of their beds, and one of them said, "Yes, we're up. We're not dressed, but we have to go because the BBC are here." And I said, "What are they doing there?" And they said, "Some man Kennedy's coming round."
Brian Kennedy.
Oh, I couldn't believe it, and I couldn't get home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But
What was he
there you
doing? Bread sales in the sunset?
Yeah, just very similar to your visit.
Exactly.
But then, you see, others follow where you lead.
Because I was down talking to you about a piano you had that Jimmy Kennedy used to play. Was that right?
Yes, that's right.
And he was
So
doing the same thing, was he?
Yeah.
Somebody's told him. Somebody's told him.
He very kindly signed a CD cover for me. And I was really embarrassed because the only one the kids could find was a single.
As long as
I only bought his singles, you know.
As long as you didn't give me Sugar CD, that's the main thing. No, Brian's very nice. He was in here last week.
I know. I rang in to ask Geraldine to thank him very much and to say I was sorry that I had missed him.
And she didn't, of course, I'm sure.
And I walked around the hallowed... I mean, I haven't used the Dyson since because, you know, it's hallowed ground where he walked.
Oh, you can't be sweeping up after Brian.
No, no, no.
So you're going to give us a Dyson cleaner. Is it new?
Oh, yeah. Well... Yes, it is. Of course it's new.
Of course it is, yes. Because you have a business up there. What's your business called?
But I don't really like to plug it in BBC.
Go on! Well, so that's, I mean, you have to tell the people where the stuff's coming from.
It's got a very, very, very original name. It's Dempsey's.
Right then. Well, thanks for that. Will
okay.
you
I'll
do
send
the same?
you a wee bit of paper.
Yes, that's all. Because then the people who want it can send it to you, and then you know they can bring it into you and whatever.
Well, like the last lady, it's only like 2 weeks. Somebody picked up the microwave from last year.
Is that right? My God, there's a whole rash of people.
I'm beginning to think it's maybe the organisation at your end.
No, do you know what I think it is? I think people get these things and they say, "Oh, I must pick that up sometime," and they put it under the clock on the mantelpiece.
And then they think it's a long, long way to Port Stewart.
And then they forget about it. You see, and then they hear me talking about the next one. They say, "Just buy it."
I've got that under the clock.
I better get it quick or I won't get it now. That's what's actually happening. I know. I better get it quick before he starts again. Just
because they come in and say, "I want something from Gerry Anderson," and you go, "Gerry who? What are you talking about?"
You say, "Oh no," you say, "That was Gerry Kelly. I'm sorry. We can't give you that. You've got the wrong piece of paper." That's what you should say. All right, Barbara.
Okay.
Thank you very much,
Thanks
love.
a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Bye. Many requests for this. Geraldine, if you had a piece of paper telling me where to buy Emma Nugent CDs, I'll tell you about that after. Late night.
Would you play it?
I haven't got it with me. Play it tomorrow.
I didn't come. I left you by the house of fun. I don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't come. When I saw the break of day, I wish that I could fly away instead of kneeling in the sand, catching teardrops in my hand. My heart is drenched in wine, but you'll be on my mind forever. Out across the endless sea, I would die in ecstasy, but I'll be a bag of bones, driving down the road alone. My heart is drenched in wine, but you'll be on my mind I don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't come.
That's Emma Nugent. Don't know why I didn't come with another song called her own song, Out of My Mind. The CD is called Out of My Mind by Emma Nugent, and she's got a number of copies printed, and she was going to sell them for children in need, and she's still doing that. But you can only buy them in Smith's Music in Newcastle, Smith's Music, SMYTHS Music in Newcastle, and Headline's Hair Studio in Newcastle. But I suppose if you rang Smith's Music, I'm sure they'd send you, they're selling very well at $4.50, and all the money's going for children in need. There we are. So Emma Nugent, Out of My Mind, CD, $4.50, and Smith's Music in Newcastle, and Headline's Hair Studio in Newcastle. Gentleman on the line, Mr. Peter Brady, I think. Peter?
Hello, how you doing?
Good morning, Peter. I know you.
Yes, you do. You know me, and I know you.
I'm afraid we know each other too well.
You do, very well indeed.
And you're
way back.
You're a head honcho in a hotel down in Letterkenny.
Yes, the Quality Hotel in the main street, Metro Hotel right in the main street in Letterkenny.
Yes.
And I would like to offer for the Rickety Wheel a family weekend break, meals included.
Well, that's what we want. The Quality Hotel in Letterkenny, Main Street Letterkenny. That's a family break. Well, what is that again?
Family break in one of our suites that we ideally 2 adults and 2 children, and we do dinner, bed and breakfast for 2 nights.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can't ask any more than that. And can they go any time at all before Christmas, or does it have to be after or whatever?
If they phone our reservations, and,
yes.
Obviously we have to look at what we have.
Of course, yeah. Yeah,
but
yeah.
Whenever,
they can come whenever nobody else is staying in it.
Oh, no. Obviously when the phone up, we'll certainly take them. We're full, we won't, but we'll certainly facilitate
of
you.
Of course. Peter, thank you very much indeed.
I'll drop you a line giving that to you in writing so you can pass it on to your recipients, okay?
Letterkenny's a town maybe perhaps people don't know. It's Donegal, about 20 miles from Derry, Londonderry. Very prosperous town, isn't it?
It is booming, Gerry. We're the gateway to Donegal, to Gaeltacht, and to all the beautiful beaches, Dunfanaghy, etc.
Yeah.
And it's a thriving town, one of the main towns in Donegal.
Whenever I go through it, it's a terrible thing to say, but years ago it used to be a quiet backwater, and now you go through now, it's like driving through Las Vegas.
Very good, isn't it, Gerry?
And it's a great base from which to launch yourself, as you say, to all those beaches, golf clubs, all kinds of attractions around Donegal, and it's not too far from Daniel even.
No, but to be honest, actually, Daniel actually would be around. It's the town that he would. His postal address would be Letterkenny.
So Daniel had his wedding reception in Letterkenny, for God's sake, didn't he?
He did indeed. There was a previous establishment that I was looking after, but now I'm actually in the Quality Hotel in Letterkenny.
That's right. You were looking after Daniel.
I did look after Daniel.
That's your claim to glory. On your tombstone, it will be he catered Daniel's wedding.
That's very true. Very true. Though, having said that, in the hotel we do now, it's the same chefs, the same brigade we have now. They moved down with us, so
all right, okay,
very good.
All right, Quality Hotel, Letterkenny. We'll be sending people your way, Peter. Thank you very much indeed.
Jerry, you're a lovely man.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you. Bye. See, I'm out fishing today, aren't I? I'm cooking today.
Yeah, but
all the stuff's coming in.
You're doing a great job. Yeah, you're really on top of it.
It's that dripping, sarcastic tongue of yours that slows me down.
Yes.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Jerry.
Yes, who's that?
Oh, Sean's quite right. You're right on top of it this day.
He doesn't know when I'm cooking. He doesn't realise when I'm cooking. He just regards it as something that annoys him.
My name's Bill Dill.
Bill Dill?
Yep.
That's
Bill
not hard to remember.
Not hard to remember. There's a lot of rhymes you can put to it as well, but that's beside the fact.
Yes,
Listen, first of all,
I'm not saying anything. Go ahead.
I'd like to educate you just a trifle.
Right.
The troubadour in Robin Hood was Will Scarlett. That's just a matter of interest.
Really?
Yes.
See, we didn't think it sounded right. We thought Alan Adele was better.
Oh, I see.
Who's Alan Adele?
Alan Adele.
Who was he? Are you sure it wasn't Will Scarlett? Are you sure? I can't speak now. Will Scarlett, he had a lute or a dulcimer. What had he got? Was it a lute he had? Or a dulcimer? What had he got?
I couldn't honestly tell you the difference. I know you pluck them.
I know. He used to stand on the tree and sing at Robin Hood. No, he used to walk towards the camera and sing.
Listen, that's not actually what I rung you about. What I rung you about was a prize for the Rickety Wheel.
Oh, excellent. What have you got for us?
I've got a weekend's fishing.
Oh, great. Where?
And accommodation.
Well, so if they can't fish, they can sit and look out the window.
They can indeed. They can sit and look out the window. One of the most beautiful little lakes and scenery in County Tyrone.
Where is it?
That's to say, this province. It's Altmore. It's 2.5 miles or so from Pomeroy, in the foothills of the Sperrins.
Oh, that would do me. That would do me.
I discovered it by accident 8 years ago, and I've never left it since.
Really?
Great place. But listen, it's a weekend for 2 anglers.
Yes.
And it's fishing all day Friday, all day Saturday, with accommodation for Friday and Saturday nights, if they so wish, in the log cabin.
Well, in the log cabin?
Yes.
Well, that's great. You see, here's the thing about this. You see, if anybody wins that, and they're not, are not fishermen, they can give that to somebody or sell it to somebody or whatever they want to do with it, you see, because one of the things we want to avoid is people saying, that price is no good to me, I don't fish, can I have something else? So you understand? If I won that prize, I'd be very happy to give that to somebody as a Christmas present.
Of course, that would
fisherman.
do fine.
Okay, that's a great prize. And it's a log cabin. And what's the place called again?
Altmore.
Altmore. Is that the name of the place where they would be staying, or is that the name of the area?
No, that's the name of the place to be staying. The area is, generally speaking, Pomeroy or Galbally.
This will be a lake, though, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's 5.5 acre lake.
Does the lake have a name? It's not Moorlock or something like that, is it?
No, it's Altmore.
It's the lake is called Altmore. I'm sorry. The lake is called Altmore.
The place itself is Altmore Fishery and Caravan Park, and it's well known in the area.
And the accommodation is also called Altmore?
Yes, the log cabin is on the premises.
Well, I'll tell you what, that sounds great, doesn't it?
It is a beautiful, beautiful place. It really is.
Can drink be had there?
No, but you can
bring your own.
You can lap it up all you want.
All right then. Thanks very much, you gentlemen.
I'll follow it up this conversation, of course, with
just a wee note, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Oh, great. Thanks very much. That's just perfect. Thank you very much indeed.
When is the actual draw?
We don't know. It'll be sometime before Christmas.
Oh, well, that'll do fine.
Sometime before, I'd say a week or two before Christmas.
It'll probably be, the prize will probably be for into the spring, because you know what, it's like the mountains of Pomeroy.
Oh, of course.
It'll not be too long before there's 2 foot of ice on the lakes.
Yeah, if they go up there in January, they might never get home again.
Exactly.
We're hearing reports about the quality of your...
We're receiving calls from anglers who have been there and saying that is a top-class place and it's a wonderful prize.
There we are.
Well, there you are now.
See, you're not going to say that yourself.
No.
People are ringing in and telling us.
Bill,
yes?
A gentleman by the name of George that worked with you many years ago is asking for you.
George?
Yeah, I've got his telephone number and I'll give it to you after Gerry talks to you.
That'll do fine.
Okay.
That'll do fine.
Bill, thank you very much, you gentleman. That sounds like a cracking reprise. And people,
Maybe Philomena will go down and sing to them from the log cabin.
Jesus, boys, I'll hook a salmon out.
Well, you can at least hook a few rainbow trout out anyway.
All right, thanks very much, Bill.
Okay, Jerry.
Bye.
Cheers now.
Bye. That sounds like a good one. See, it's starting to cook up now.
Yeah, but you see, that'd be no good to me and you.
Not at all, no. We could send our wives down to fish.
We couldn't fish.
No, we couldn't be bothered.
How'd you light the fire?
Too cold for us. There's probably no hot water bottles or anything there. No drink or nothing. You have to bring your own. My God, you have to buy it. And then you have to sit out in a boat or something and throw you put a worm in the hook. That's a very interesting mix featuring AC/DC amongst others. That material was sent to me by a gentleman called Eugene McAleenan, who lives in Glasgow, and I listened to this programme with other guys out of his office. Thank you very much indeed. I played a number of tracks that he sent to me today. Fantastic. He's also got a drum and bass version here of Dad's Army, which I'm sure you'd love to hear, which I'm going to play now, actually.
Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler? If you think we're on the run,
should play that for the rugby team.
We are the boys
climbing down at Heathrow. The nation sings to them.
Who will make you sing again? 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler? If you think old England's done, Mr. Brown goes off to town on the 21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler? If you think old England's done.
Hello, Mark.
Hello.
Good morning, how are you?
Not so bad, and you?
I'm fine, thank you. I believe you've got some kind of prize to offer us.
I have a fully restored antique freestanding bath.
Oh, do you think I could fall into it? Is there handholds on it for me to get out?
No.
Because I don't know if you heard earlier on, I wrote a poem about me falling into a bath. I read a poem by John McMenamin of me falling into the bath, which I did last Friday night. So is there handholds for me to get out then?
No, you just grip the sides of it.
But what happens if you're inside and you can't grip the sides of it because your hands don't work? No, sorry, I'm being flippant here. Tell me about this bath.
Well, it would be a Victorian bath.
Has it got the claw hammer things?
Yes.
Oh, lovely. The wee claw, what do you call those?
Ball and claw feet.
That's it. I love those. Is it? Where did you get it?
I restore those. That's what I do for a living.
Oh, do you know what I did one time? I remember going into an old, what do you call it? I suppose you could call it a convent in Derry, Londonderry, and the nuns had moved out. And a friend of mine brought me in to have a look around it, because it was kind of, it was very, very beautiful. And I went into one of the bathrooms, and they had those baths, and I went, oh my God, look at that. They were just great.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Oh, and you look at a bath now and you say, I want an old one. And you've restored that.
Yep.
Oh, brilliant. That's great. Are you prepared to offer us one of those?
Yep.
Are you really? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. Thank you very much indeed. That would be quite valuable, wouldn't it? I mean, for all the work, I don't know if you could put a value on it, but all the work that you put into it and, all that stuff. But don't value it because it's not about the money. It's about having a beautiful thing. And I'm sure it's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you do to them? What do you do to them to restore them? I know that's a silly question, but what do? You just smarten them up, or?
Yes, it's a sprayed-on coating. It's an epoxy resin coating.
Yeah.
Which it's basically a synthetic enamel.
Yeah, but it lasts and it makes the you're basically when you say restoring it, it looks as good as new.
Yes,
but it's
looks like a brand new bath.
But it's not new.
No, it's an original Victorian bath.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, thank you very much indeed. And where do you operate from?
Lurgan.
Right. Okay. Well, that's pretty central. I mean, it's not the sort of thing you can post.
No.
So we make the stipulation that people have to come and collect it themselves.
Yes. Because
it's not fair to ask you to bring it somewhere. So, well, I'll tell you what. I don't know if people have ever seen those. Is it Victorian?
Yes, it would be.
Well, I've seen Victorian baths like that, and I'm assuming that it's the same type of bath. Of course, they're all different ones, but I mean, if it's the type that I think, it's well worth having. Thank you very much indeed. That's a very, very, very valuable and worthwhile prize. Thanks a million.
No problem.
And what do you call your place again if anybody's looking for something like that? Because people often ring when they say, "Oh, that's just what I was looking for. Where would I get that?"
My business is called Bath Reglaze.
Bath what?
Bath Reglaze.
Bath Reglaze.
Yeah.
In Lurgan. All right, then. You may as well tell the people where you are. Not much point in standing there and they don't know where you are. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Will you send us a wee piece of paper just to say what it is?
I will indeed.
And then, okay.
I'll try and send you a photograph of it.
Oh, even better. Yeah, even better. Thanks very much.
No problem, Gerry. All the best.
Bye. Bye. You see,
well, there's two things you've got to get sorted out now. Well, the people...
I'll have to test and see if I can fall into it.
You have a lot of emails, apparently.
I haven't looked at them.
No, will you give your email address?
Gerry.Anderson@bbc.co.uk. I forgot to switch on the machine. I was so busy.
On your website, there's an application form.
There's a what?
An application form.
Oh, that's right. On our website, there's an application form for what?
For the tickets.
Yeah. Okay, so if anybody's any confused at all as to what they should do to
I can understand why they'd be confused.
You've talked to some of them on the phone in there, and you wonder what's the website then? I keep forgetting.
Gerry.
It's not mine. No. Well, it's www.bbc.co.uk/radio4, isn't it? Yeah. And then you see my big see my big face.
And by the way, you've got a meal for four, including wine, at the Point Bar and Grill in Bangor. Or if they don't want to go to the Point Bar and Grill in Bangor, they can go to Ballyhackamore. So it's a meal for four, including wine.
Right. I was talking to a lady last time. She's invited me down to a music night, which is on this Thursday night. It's a bar, it's the Old Priory Inn in Hollywood. and they run a particular Thursday night. It's open night for musicians, and I don't know if they've done this before, but they're certainly doing it this Thursday night. And she wants me to come down and play a bit of music down there. And I don't know if I probably will be down, but I may not be. But she asked me to tell the people, any musicians want to come along there, have a bit of a jam, because I can't go because I remember I cut my finger falling in the bath.
That's right. Mickey, Big Ed and Big John are on their way to the Celtic match. This is from Maya. Would you say hello to them?
What are we going to do tonight if Derry City get beaten in the Brandywell? They'll be relegated.
There's a man on one.
What are we going to do tonight, I say, if Derry City... Are you going to the match?
Of course I am.
I'll be there for half-time.
Well, I'll keep your seat warm.
Do, will you?
There's a man on 2.
Yeah, I'm very worried about it.
We'll talk to him about it.
He doesn't know anything about it.
He knows all about things.
Does he?
He knows.
Who is he? Is he famous?
He is.
Is he?
Yes.
You know I don't like surprises.
No.
Who is it?
No, he's a friend.
Who is it? Is it a friend of mine?
Yes. A long-standing friend.
That's what I'm afraid of. It's not Phil Coulter, is it?
It's not Phil.
Thank God, Phil. Hello, good morning.
I would like to offer myself for availability for the wheel.
We don't want you.
Because I'm a free agent and I can operate anything that wishes to be done.
I'll tell you what.
You could even offer me as a prize.
I'll tell you what, James. Funny enough, you should say that. Do you remember last year, Sean, we had terrible trouble with the wheel? Terrible mechanical trouble. Do you remember that? Yeah. Remember Gerry Kelly had to lift a hammer to it?
Yes, that's right.
I thought that was very unprofessional. So, James, I want to ask you in your capacity as a man who knows about things to come along and supervise. I want you to look after the
James
wheel.
may not be available. James has got news.
I'm going.
Well, come on.
I'm going for an interview in the morning.
Really? Well, you see, I roughly and indeed rashly assumed that you'd be available.
Well, I may be, Jay. You don't know these things.
If you are, and I hope you're not. I hope you're not available because we don't want you.
I know you don't.
If you're available.
Postman, you see.
What?
He's going for an interview at the postman.
Temporary Christmas jobs, postman.
Christmas mail, yes.
Oh, they'll have the feet walked off you.
Down to Tomb Street.
But sure, I'm walking the feet off myself at the minute.
Well, I'm
out every day.
Well, you see,
he wouldn't be out on the beat, would he?
Oh no, it'll be inside.
What do you think, he's on the PSNI?
No, but he wouldn't send him out with a bag.
No, it'll be inside.
No, get him a nice looking girl.
Sorting the mail.
Parcels out.
Sorting the mail inside in Tomb Street. Yeah. Do you know that all the returned letters in the United Kingdom go to Tomb Street? Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yes, you'll be in there all day.
You got a present from him. You got a present and...
I'd like to thank the chaps down in Tomb Street. Did I say chaps there? Yes. Did I say chaps? Yes. Did I really say chaps? I'd like to thank the folk down in Tomb Street who sent me 2 lower halves of female bikinis.
Is that what they were?
Yes, you didn't know what they were.
Them for?
Well, what did you think they were, Sean?
I thought they were for you.
What did they send you those for?
Because they said, here's some decent underpants, they said. Because they'd watched the programme I did on television. I was wearing my green kecks.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, here's 2 decent pair. They're actually, they're G-strings, female G-strings, the bottom parts of females' bikinis. You didn't even recognise them. That's usually to show you what kind of a sex life you have, Sean.
You had more important things to think about.
Well, there's nothing more important than...
Here, are you going to Brandywell tonight?
Yes, I'll be there. I have to go to Belfast today. I hope to be there for the second half.
Well, you'll have to win tonight, boy.
If we'll be in a slough of despond.
What on earth would you stay in the second division?
Well, we have to claw our way back. It's a depressing subject. I don't want to clog up the listeners' ears with it at the moment, but all I'm saying is, by thunder, myself and Mr. Coyle are 100% behind it.
I don't know how you got into that predicament.
It was Sean's fault.
Hey, Sean Coyle.
He wouldn't spend any money.
Sure he can't. Has he scored any goals this year?
No, he wouldn't buy any new players. He said they're too dear. Go away now. Listen, let us know how you get on.
I'll not speak to you tomorrow, but that's why I'm ringing today.
Okay.
So I'll see you next week.
Best of luck.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. From the album, Let It Back. Oh, sorry. Get Back. Let It Be Naked. That's it. Happy birthday to Susan Gibson from her son Alec. Bye.